The last day of Hamcation, and I hope I have sound. I think I do. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
right. So I made a new friend this morning. Her name is
Fern.
Fern. Okay, and Fern is all interested in amateur radio. We had a whole conversation with Tommy here, who's packing up, and Tommy's from the learning department at ARRL.
The hobby of learning.
Right. And we're kind of just,
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about what your adventure in amateur radio is and what you want to get out of it.
So my adventure is based on that I'm a world traveler. So I often miss people from all over the world. And yes, we use the internet, but lots of the people I've met come from rural villages in the mountains, all over. And they've asked me often, how do we stay in touch when we don't have a smartphone or when we don't have internet service or there's a catastrophe? So that's kind of like, I heard about that here and I said, well, I've been asked how to do this. It seems like this is the area where I can begin to find out how to solve this problem and then also just expand on, I feel like this is of course you guys have been around for a while. You said your expertise is like 25 years in.
Well, mine is like, and I'm a baby, okay, compared
but still,
to some, I know.
But still you have been giving to this, to this world for a while, like it's been true to you. I kind of feel like the rest of the world is starting to integrate into it where like COVID happened or there's more natural disasters and stuff like that, or just more DIY love as well. So I'm also trying to figure out how, like the guy at the front was telling me, how do we get the youth to come more?
Right.
We were talking about music. How do musicians get into it? How do artists? I feel like there's pockets in this house for everybody.
Right. So we were actually, talking about, trying to get us centered here. We were actually talking about different things, and one of the things we talked about is getting licensed, right? And you're hopefully going to be, after this, investigating that journey.
Yep, I wonder what my number is going to be, my number and letter combo.
Well, roughly what state area are you in? Florida? Mm-hmm. Okay, so your call sign is going to have a 4 in it.
Okay, cool.
Mine is N2RJ because this is a what I call a vanity call. It's shorter. My original one was a little longer. The 2 means New York and New Jersey, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
Right?
Nice. I used to be a 2.
Right. Oh, you used to live in New York and New Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, wherever your home address is. And for privacy, and if you really, I tell people for privacy, put it as a P.O. box, or a mailbox or something, because the FCC, people, they'll look you up. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So I use a P.O. box. But we're actually working on getting the regulations where you can have some sort of privacy. But you will probably get something like a kilo something 4, and then 3 letters at the end. But you can always change that afterward. Okay?
Cool. Give me
so,
one.
You mentioned you're a world traveler. I see you're dressed quite colorfully.
Yes.
And then
As long as we wanted to come out and see you, good.
I know. Aw. All right. See you later.
Like a Southeast Asian kind of tourist.
You see, this is nice.
Yes.
And I did a video with Indian people today. So my heritage is from India.
Nice.
Right?
What part of India?
So I'm not from India, but my heritage is from there. It's like Uttar Pradesh is where the ancestors trace back to.
That's the north part?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So they were, I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean, and I lived in the United States since the year 2000. Right? But, so I'm very aware of the world. I always like to see the colorful clothing,
and
and
I
such.
like to represent it, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, the traditional pattern is important.
And you, what countries you said you're interested in getting in touch with?
But you're Southeast Asia. So my ancestry is Colombian.
Okay.
So that's my connection to like South Central America. So
right.
there's that interest in Colombia, in Chile. And then I've lived a lot in Southeast Asia. So
Okay.
I would say, especially the rural places like Burma, Indonesia,
Yeah.
yeah, Thailand,
Thailand.
Philippines, the islands, right? Because the islands have a lot of natural catastrophe that happens, and then they're extra super isolated.
Tonga.
Tonga.
You know what happened in Tonga?
No.
They had a huge volcano erupt below the surface of the ocean, and it spewed a lot of volcanic ash. And what happened is they lost the undersea fiber optic cable, which cut off all their internet. So we're thinking now that if we could get more people involved in ham radio over there, we can have them have that lifeline, you know?
When did that happen?
That happened like literally last month. Yeah, it's terrible, you know? And ham radio truly, you know, shines, you know, it shines in that regard, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good to be here. I'm over here like looking at these kind of lines. As an artist, my brain wants to understand everything in the like tech simple
Yeah.
terms. But I'm over here like getting
You don't-
attracted by just the look of the designs
Yeah,
of things.
let's walk a little bit and I'll show you a few things. So we're not all techies, okay? Sometimes we're techie people, sometimes sometimes, you know.
Yes.
But a lot of people are interested in it for the off-grid aspect, like these guys here.
This is cool. There's a pig over here with a palm.
It's funny, yeah. You know what? You should sign here.
Look, I see Korean. I used to live in Korea.
Oh, you did?
No, it's not Korean.
I've been to Korea,
You got a skull? Oh, yeah, I should make a
right? Oh no, don't make a
tattoo
call.
on it.
Just like say, let's say, yeah, okay,
I'm going to do my artistic signature.
yeah. See, she's,
It's a panda fox fern
yeah,
IG.
nice. So Fern here is she's gonna sign that up there.
Yep. sorry. Being
No
an
worries.
extra artist
Yeah.
that I am on the visual.
Yeah. So that's good, you know, and let's go this side, this way. So remember this, we were talking about antennas, and this is like, they have these kind of antennas here, you know, oops.
I'm over here.
No worries. Yeah. They have these antennas. It's not endorsement, but they're building up, this is like portable antennas and such like that.
Looks like
you know?
a sail.
Yeah. And all sorts of things. But, you know, you will find, you could get as complicated or as simple as you want. You could go from a little handheld radio, you could go to all this stuff here, and, you know, it's like, you know, we're walking through here.
You mentioned that the last time this event occurred was in 2019. So that's been like a while. At least it's been a
No,
while, right?
the last time this event happened was in 2020,
Oh, okay.
right? And you see, like, you have all the connectors and stuff here we use, you know? A lot of radios and, like, little bits to connect stuff, you know? Yeah.
Did you make any discoveries in this round? Like, what elements, what products stood out to you this year?
So the thing is, I'm usually very in tune with all industry trends and such like that.
Okay.
right?
So you knew what was going on already.
Yeah, I'm, you know, because of my position with ARRL, I know I basically have to live and breathe radio, you know? So, but, you know, you have all the gear.
You and you shot me.
The gear is one thing, you know, you have like power supplies. I want to show you some actual radios here, okay?
Well, good to see you. Yeah, good seeing you as well. I'll catch you later. All right.
So you have, yeah. Okay, right. So, howdy, Andy.
Very well.
Nice
How
to
are
see you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I'm here. I have here a prospective ham radio operator. I want to show her some of the radios that we use. So if you want to explain some of your radios.
Yep, we have Yaesu Fusion on this side actually, so we have portable radios.
You have a mic?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, basically, sorry. Let him have it so he can talk.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're live on air.
Live on the air.
On the internet, yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Andy Mill, KD2WA with
Nice to
Yaesu
meet you.
USA.
Right.
So I'm actually here with the Yaesu System Fusion equipment. So we also have our low-cost analog portables. So we start off at about $80. So this is perfect for a entry-level ham.
She's not into it. So analog basically means that analog is basically basic radio waves.
Right, so just like your FM stereo in your car, that's analog.
Right, exactly.
Now, if you go into like Sirius XM, which is digital radio, we have that ability on the little more expensive, starting off at about $175. You could actually have digital on your radio as well. And what that does for you is, you know how FM radio, when you drive like forever and you fade away from the station, it starts to get noisy? Digital is like Sirius, the satellite radio, where it's consistent.
I should save up for that one.
A little bit. It's a little bit more money, but yeah, so a lot of hams, and there's other digital technology. So to be fair, besides Yaesu Fusion, there's DMR, and there's also ICOM D-Star. So there's different technologies.
And Ken with D-Star, but they're
okay, yeah, but that's discontinued. So
I have that radio.
Yeah, that's cool radio though. That's a beautiful radio.
Yeah.
Yep. So and then handhelds, because you're limited, these will only cover a couple miles typically if you don't have a repeater. If we swing over to the other side, we actually have mobile radios as well. Mobile radios allow you to go even further because they actually have higher power output. So a handy talkie is going to be limited to about 5 watts, where you get 10 times the power with your mobile radio, like 50 watts. Now that doesn't mean you're going to go 10 times as far. Radio signals are limited to the line of sight of your antenna, the radio line of sight. So that's getting a bit technical, but
it's kind of like a little more reach you have.
A little bit more.
And then, but what happens is, like you throw a baseball or you throw a football or something, and it could reach a certain way, but it kind of like bends down at the end. But then what happens if you throw it harder, right? It'll go a little further, and maybe that's just how far you need to get to reach the goal line. Today's the Super Bowl, right? Oh, I'm sorry, the big game.
Right. So if we swing around, on the very, very end, we have a device that many ham radio operators use. That is a repeater. So a repeater takes those weaker signals from your handy talkie, and it's almost like you see a cell phone tower. It actually receives it and then retransmits it at a higher power back out the same antenna. So if you have a user that is 20 miles to the west and the other user is 20 miles to the east, they normally would not be able to communicate from radio to radio because they're beyond the horizon, the line of sight horizon. The repeater actually allows those two stations to connect and to be able to talk to each other. So Yaesu offers a discount repeater that is a very popular amongst amateurs over the last few years.
Clubs,
so
right?
Clubs, yep, they have a club special, $700 on these. So
$700 gets you a repeater?
$700, Yaesu is doing the amateur community a favor by selling repeaters at this price.
Wow.
Digital, and it's a digital repeater nonetheless. So you're getting a power supply, you're getting a receiver, you're getting a transmitter. It'll do analog, it has a controller in it, so it's a phenomenal value.
So what I'll tell you is that she asked if I discovered anything. I didn't even know that you had the club thing. What happened is the ARRL is actually going to be doing a club grant program now to get clubs interested. So some of them might be coming to you.
Well, that's fantastic.
I have a project I'm working on in Trinidad, which is my original country, where they want to get a new fusion repeater, so they might be coming to you.
That's excellent. Well, John Crook is our national sales manager. You know John? So he is the man. He will actually approve or disapprove the applications. You've got a good chance you're going to get approved for it. So no worries. If you go to systemfusion.yaesu.com, there's a link on their website that allows you to fill out the application, to purchase one of the repeaters at the discount price that they're offering.
So I'll tell you, you don't actually have to own this, okay? What happens is that a club or a group owns this and has this up on a mountaintop, right? Or, a high building, because in New York we have high buildings, in New Jersey. And what you do is you program your radio to connect to the repeater, right? It's like a cell phone tower, but it's not really. And then it will send that to the repeater. The repeater will take it probably process it, probably route it, and then retransmit it either there or somewhere else. You know, so it is like that.
So all we need is this and like a satellite, like the hand.
No satellite.
No satellites. Yeah, I used an example just for the digital versus analog, as far as that goes. So
Yeah.
nobody
forget the
can
whole
cut-
satellite
no one
thing.
can cut this off or interfere with it.
People can interfere.
Yeah, that's not something that's encouraged. Ham radio operators are rather courteous to each other,
Yeah.
so that's not something that you really see that often in the ham radio world. So
We have our share of miscreants, but the ARRL has its has a cooperation program with the FCC where we monitor violators and we send them a warning, right? And then what happens is after they get warned a few times, we turn them over to the FCC, and the FCC might levy a fine, or if they're ham radio operators, might revoke their license. I know one guy, well, this wasn't through us, this was through the FCC himself. He interfered with the first aid squad, right? And then the FCC took away his ham license and told him, you can't get licensed for 2 more years again because of that. And they fined him, I think, $30,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's serious business.
Right.
Yeah.
How is it difficult to track that?
Sometimes it is, but you know what? Today we have a lot of sophisticated equipment that does it,
and
so-
especially the FCC.
Yeah.
I've actually seen the FCC field enforcement vehicles, and
Yeah.
it's very interesting, the technology that they have available. In fact, there are even some satellites that were launched in the last year or so, I believe, that allows the government to pinpoint radio signals from outer space, actually. So
Right.
there's amazing technology that's out there.
Good stuff. All right, well, thank you, Andy.
Thanks for the opportunity, and great
and
to
when
see
she
you guys
gets her
here.
license, maybe you'll see her
Good
again.
luck. I encourage you.
I will. Are these pamphlets something that we can take?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
could take one.
Yep, you can have that. Are we still live?
We're still live.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you. You could have this back. Well, I don't know how much you want to walk around a little more.
enjoying it.
So let me
All
show you
right.
the other side of ham radio,
Yes.
which is HF, okay? And so what happens is when when you want true worldwide communication, right?
It's beautiful.
What you do is, somebody asked if I know Robbie from Trinidad. Of course I know Robbie. Robbie and I are working on that same project with the repeaters.
You know everyone who is needed to be known. I came to the right person.
Right. So what happened is, let's say you want true communication that doesn't depend on any infrastructure. You want HF, right? And for this, you kind of need your general license, okay? You don't really, you can do very basic HF communication with a technician license. But once you have your general, most of everything is open up for you, right? So this here, you have this band is what they call 20 meters, right? I have to show you another one where they actually have live radios that are connected remotely. And you can select, like we were talking about different bands with Tommy, right? I can go to different bands here. You notice these numbers change here. That's the frequencies. I have it on a bigger screen here too. That's the frequency bands. This is a 60 meter band. This is, remember we were talking about 40 meters, right?
Yes.
And then, so 20 meters, 14 megahertz is the most popular band on HF. Oh man, yeah, 21, 15, and as you get up higher. Now on this 28 megahertz band, if you go to 28.300, right? You can operate this with a technician license, right? So you have that space from 28.300, and I'll rotate the knob to show you just how much space it is.
Okay.
You can go 28.3 to 28.5. This is often open to South America, right? And it is very often open to South America these days. At the low point of the sunspot cycle, it is not, right? So yeah, so that's, you see, so it's a lot of
That's
space.
good to know, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of what would be on the test?
Yeah, they ask you what the frequency privileges are. But if you go to ham study and you study, the questions are actually on the actual test that are available, right? But you can take license courses like the Learning Center course available at ARRL actually teaches you some of the theory. You have like, they tell you a lot of different things, I do a live stream on Thursday with a new ham. She just upgraded her license to general, right? And she lives in Alabama. She's my co-host, and I co-host with her. I'm her co-host when I'm on her channel, and she's her co-host
That's cool.
on my channel. So
I'm gonna have to check it out.
yeah. Let me show you a different radio manufacturer here that actually does different kind of radios, right?
How does it feel to be a woman in this kind of crew?
It's challenging.
Sigh.
Hi. So I have somebody here. This is
Hello,
Fern,
how's
who
it
is a
going?
who is not a new ham yet. She's looking to get licensed, and I'm trying to show her all the different aspects. The thing is, I want to show you your radios because you actually have stuff that's receiving.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right. So I'm going to show.
Welcome to the hobby almost.
Thank you. Yes,
Where
yes.
you from?
I am. Well, I'm living here now, actually.
Yeah.
So I guess I can say I'm local.
Yeah, but
Sheila-
where you from?
I'm from everywhere. I'm a hitchhiker.
Oh, okay. Cool. I hitchhiked from Fort Lewis to San Diego one time.
Where's Fort Lewis?
It's in Washington State.
In Washington State.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I haven't. Well, I hitchhiked Hawaii, but
So by the way, his organization is called 1010. If you
1010.
get your technician
I like
license,
the cats.
Well, if you get your basic license,
yeah,
you have all kinds of privileges on 10 meters.
right.
And that's good.
And they promote the use of that band, 10 meters.
Okay,
You know?
that is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to show her the radios.
Thank
you
you.
much.
Nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Nice to meet you too. So this radio I think is just locally connected, right? This is not connected to anything. This connected to an antenna probably, a dummy load. This one here, now I have one similar to this one. This one here is connected over the internet to a
Okay.
station, right? To an actual station with an antenna, but it's over the internet. Now, if I wasn't live streaming, I would show you on my phone, I can actually connect to my station at home. Right?
You have. Okay, but it has to be your phone that's already set up for all of that.
Well, yeah, but there's another company across the road there that like sells access to stations by the
Really?
minute. Yeah,
Wow.
but that's an option you have.
That's
okay?
like back in the day, going out in the like main street and buying a minute on the cell phone when you didn't
right,
have one.
exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this one here, and I'll show you here, and you can actually hear people talking. Right? Let's see, 200. This looks kind of sparse right now.
Wow, that's beautiful. And then we have all like,
Yeah.
I guess the recording of what's going on.
So I don't know whose station this is, but they're actually connecting through the same Wi-Fi I am. So on 14300, they have what they call a net, right? Which is like a group that gets together, and they basically they're there for safety reasons, right? They mainly assist maritime travelers, people who are on boats and underway, and also deployed service personnel. On 14295 on Sunday morning, they have a net of a predominantly black amateur radio, historically black amateur radio organization called OMIC. I'm a member of them too, right?
It's cool.
Right? Usually the signals could be stronger than this. You actually hear radios, you see? I used to give them access to my station to do that. I might start doing that again. Yeah.
Can you explain that? Like, what would you do?
So what I would do, how they do this is that they have a web portal called SmartLink, right? Which is actually built into the software. What they do is you log into an account, right? And then once you log in, your radio is paired to to their servers, right? And then when you request a connection from this, right, from one of these units, or your cell phone, or a PC, or a Mac,
Oh,
right?
okay.
It would then connect to the cloud, say, I want to talk to my radio, or I want to talk to another radio that's in the network and you're authorized to use, and then it would broker the connection. It would say, okay, Ria's iPhone wants to talk to Ria's radio at home. Can you hook them up? And then they get hooked up, and then the server says, okay, thank you. You guys talk, and then I'm basically controlling the radio from my phone or from one of these.
This is kind of like a reach random comment, but is that anywhere related, kind of like having your own Bluetooth service at home?
Well, it's not Bluetooth. So
I'm just trying to have some sort of, like a understanding, but yeah, in due time.
Right. So this is the radio. Okay. This thing is the radio, right? This here is just like a control, a remote for it, right?
Okay.
Like you can either connect this locally on your Wi-Fi router, right? So you can plug this in to your Wi-Fi router at home, and then the radio would connect, okay? And you have this locally, or you set this up to actually use the cloud service, meaning that it to use the smart link, right? Let's forget about cloud, might be a little more complicated term. You set this up for remote access, right? And then you can take this to anywhere that has internet. I was in Buenos Aires with not with this, but with an iPad, right? And I was I was connecting back home. You see, to my radio in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was there for some business, and I just connected up, and when I was back in my Airbnb, because they have a lot of apartments and Airbnbs there. But so.
Okay, it's making sense.
Cool stuff. So so that's one way to do it. This one probably has different. I don't know. Let me see. This one's probably connected to a different station. I really like this technology because it allows you to do so much. See? You can connect to headphones. You can do Bluetooth. Well, not with this, but with. Yeah, and sometimes you hear like Puerto Rican hams, they speak in Spanish.
Right, that's what I was kind of thinking, maybe Spanish, but
I think it's
not
probably,
even
is it,
sure.
they're probably in either Puerto Rico or Florida or something.
No, it sounds like Japanese.
Oh, Japanese, probably. I can't hear it properly. So, yeah.
Oh wait, I gotta do. Sorry.
No worries.
Do the little QR code thing over here.
Yeah.
Has the QR code world enhanced anything for these gadgets?
Right. QR codes have kind of, they've kind of helped us, like, put websites and such for people to go to. I don't think there's much amateur radio that deals with QR codes. There are probably some people who would develop apps that you scan this QR code and connect to, program your radio. That would be a good idea. That's actually a pretty darn good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, here's my card. So, yeah, let's go explore some more.
More dynamic.
So, yeah, like now you can see here, you have it on the big screen with a computer, right? I'll do this. And you have, now this is how I roll. This is my type of radio. This is the radio I have.
Oh, shit.
This is the most powerful one they have right now, okay? And I have this hooked up to a computer at home, but I also have the remote capability set up. So I could monitor 8 of these at once, okay? 8.
Okay.
It's perfect. Yeah. And my daughter just logged in. You see, she's a moderator.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Good. You're lucky to have a mom like her.
She's not. Yeah, she's very inquisitive. Okay. You can take a pen if you want.
Yes. Flex Radio pen. OMG.
Yeah. Now, of course, you know, you have like a lot of things like you have wire and cable. And I miss you too, Mahi. I'm flying back tonight, Mahi. And then, you know, a lot of things. I hope it's not raining. But this is like no, they have equipment. A lot of this equipment is to basically match up antennas to radios and also do little things, you know. A lot of those radios have some of that built in, but some of these you might need.
Okay.
You know, look, they have this one here. We use a different thing called propagation beacons, right? So basically, they're stations. There are stations that broadcast a signal now and again, right? And then, so you notice there's one in Peru,
Right.
there's one in Venezuela, there's one in Argentina, Hawaii, United States, East and West. This one's at the UN headquarters.
None in the Southeast Asia islands. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, there's one.
Indonesia's like, what, the biggest island country in the world?
Yeah, I don't know what. I think they kind of figured that between Hong Kong and Australia, they might have it covered, but they really should have something there. You know, near
Borneo.
Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. I don't know why, but it could be because of regulations, because some countries don't allow the beacons.
Okay.
But in the United States, it's interesting because in order to get it, they put it at United Nations headquarters here because it's not under FCC regulations. I used to work at the UN some years ago, right? And over there, it was different laws and everything. Even though I lived in New York City.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, it's its own place, like the Vatican.
Right, sort of, yeah. So you go here, and so anyway, what happens is these will flash every time one of these beacons fires off, right? And it hears it. Now you can hear. You can also tune your radio to like 14.100 megahertz that we just see. See one of these frequencies here, right?
Okay.
And then it will, you know, you'll see this flash here, depending on which beacon you're supposed to be hearing. And if you hear it, you know that you can have a path between this part of the world. Like let's say you want to talk to Kenya or nearby in Africa, right? Between New York and Kenya, if this flashes up here and you're there, well, you know, that's how it works,
Okay.
you know?
Cool.
But if you don't see it then, but that's old school. Today we have a lot more computerized tools.
Right, you can actually pick the actual frequency instead of just
Yeah.
what they have designed.
Today we have websites and maps and all sorts of stuff, and I talk about that on my YouTube channel and live streams too, right? So, yeah, we have power supplies, there are all sorts of little accessories. Morse code, you know, a lot of us learn Morse code, but this one you could use that to practice. Oh, you know what? I'll take you there and I'll show you what Morse code. But you know, you have the keys here for Morse code.
Oh, that is definitely cool.
Yeah, I'll take you there next.
Okay.
All right? And then, yeah. I'm going to change the title of this video to Hitchhiking with Fern and Ham Radio.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, and these tools allow you to tune up your antennas. So what you do, it's like an analyzer. You connect your antennas to this. Not so much these antennas, but like the big ones you put outside. And then you switch the bands, right? And then you tune it until this meter dips. And you see the digital display with the frequency. And then you can cut or you can lengthen. Hopefully you don't have to lengthen because you measure twice, cut once, right?
So it's a frequency counter?
No, so this is a SWR Analyzer, right? These are tools. All of these tools you'll learn during your journey, you know?
Right.
This is some of the necessary technical knowledge you need to have,
Yes.
you know, that you should have to basically learn how to adjust your antennas and be self-sufficient, right? You can buy a station that's completely assembled and you have people to maintain it, but that costs money, probably money you don't have, right? I know I can't afford to have a full-time person maintain my station, but if I know all the tricks and tools of the trade, right, I can then, you know, use the equipment and maintain my own station, you know? And they have simpler ones, they have cheaper ones here, you know? So
Those are very good.
Those are, I dropped this off a tower and it still works.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been up a tower in ages, but
Oh,
I had to tie down everything that it took up
yeah.
so that it wouldn't go 35
Right.
feet. But those
So-
are dandy.
So they do a lot of
sorry,
ex.
didn't
No,
mean to
no.
hit you.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, well, just the word frequency is kind of like alluring to me to
Yeah.
see if like this is an item that helps me better understand what that means.
Well, those will do more than you think they can do, just looking at it. Yes, you can find the resonant point on an antenna.
So remember we were talking about resonance with Tommy? So resonant is like kind of like where it matches up and it's in
That's
tune.
where the antenna thinks your transmitter should be.
Right.
So an antenna tuner is a misnomer. It doesn't really tune an antenna. What it does is it fools the radio into thinking that the antenna is resonant or operating at the same frequency.
So it basically maximizes the transfer of power.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the antenna analyzers will do that. They will also, some of the models will be able to tell you how long that cable is. If there's a fault in the cable, it'll tell you where the
Yeah.
fault is.
Huh.
Very, very useful devices.
Now, believe it or not, these MFJ ones can actually do that, okay? I can actually tell where the fault is using an
Yes.
MFJ, but you have to do some manual
you
calculations.
do have to tune it.
Right.
But if you have
I have a rig
100 or
expert.
200-foot length of coax,
Right.
and you're not getting any power, there may be a break in it or a short somehow, it will tell you how far down that piece of coax that fault is.
Right.
So you can go out 75 feet plus or minus 3-4 inches. Oh, how did that nail get in there?
Right.
And short it out.
So anyway, all right. Well, thank you. And you are,
I am Mike, W4WYI.
all right, and you are live on Ria Shack Ham Radio.
Woo, thank you.
Nice.
All be safe out there.
That's right. All right, so let's go down to ICOM here. ICOM is another big radio manufacturer. I was hoping to see Ray here, but Ray is not here. Yeah, you see, Ray is like the head guy, but he's not here.
Hello.
Hi. So we're live here, and she's trying to figure her way around amateur radio.
Okay.
She wants to learn about it, possibly with a view to getting licensed.
Sure.
Right? This is Fern, no call sign,
Okay.
and she's a traveler. She loves to travel.
Nice.
Right now she's here in Florida, but I want to show her the different types of radios. So maybe you could explain ICOM, what kind of ICOM radios you have, in newbie simple terms.
Yes.
But let's get you a mic'd up.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
So for someone who is relatively new to amateur radio, and especially knowing that you're someone who likes to travel, I can tell you about several ICOM radios that have built-in GPS units. And so as you travel, they keep a lock on your location, and with the proper programming, they're actually able to show you nearby repeaters to your location. So
Well, we talked about the repeaters at the other
right,
booth.
and so in a lot of cases, you'd have to do some research ahead of time as you're going on a trip to know which repeaters are going to be along the way as you move down the road. With a radio with a built-in GPS, well, hey, it comes pre-programmed with a lot of D-Star repeaters and their locations right out of the box.
So D-Star is one of the digital things we talked about.
A digital voice mode, or a DV mode.
Yeah.
as you'll hear it called.
DSTAR, D-Star.
Yep, digital smart technologies for
Yeah.
amateur radio.
You see, she's new, so I have to explain things.
I understand.
Yeah.
All good. Thank you. So we can find nearby repeaters. So it's a great feature for someone who likes to travel. I do a fair bit of traveling myself, and it's something that I have used and is quite nice for that. In addition to that, as someone who likes to travel, we've got some other really nice radios that are portable, that can do a lot of things in a small package, like the 7300 here, for instance, is easily one of ICOM's most popular radios.
It's for HF.
It is an HF radio, high frequency,
Yeah.
and it is relatively small. It's relatively light, only weighs about 9.5 pounds. I've actually flown on an airplane with this radio in my carry-on luggage before. It wasn't the first choice, but it worked, and we got it there. So I do know that it can travel well, and it's, as I say, one of our most popular radios, and very, very powerful for what it does. I say that it punches above its weight class as far as HF performance, but we can take it a step farther still. We can walk this way.
I have that one.
And you can see this. This is our newest transceiver, our newest HF transceiver anyway. The 705. Now this is the whole radio. This is it right here. And it's what's called QRP. Amateur radio is full of a lot of Q codes that you'll end up hearing. QRP, QTH, QRZ, things like that. QRP means low power. So whereas something like the 7300 is a fairly standard 100 watts of power output under, in its own configuration, the 705 here, being QRP or low power, is 5 watts. 5 watts on the battery pack, or 10 watts when you plug it into external power with a power supply or a battery or something like that.
A lot of these people, they go to parks and stuff like that, and they carry that radio in the backpack, and they have like a lithium battery.
Rhea knows about parks.
Yeah. Well, I've never done parks in the air.
Really?
No. I've been roving. I've done VHF roving. Okay. I've just never done parks in the air.
Okay. Well, this radio will rove too. That's for sure. But that's the whole thing. It's the whole radio here. And the amazing thing is, not only is it HF like the 7300 is, but it's also VHF and UHF, or 2 meters and 440, like what you'd expect out of a handheld or a mobile radio. So it's kind of a shack in a box, as we like to say, a ham shack in a box, right? Or an all-band, all-band. Or a backpack, right. Exactly right. This is an ICOM accessory that we sell to help accommodate, the various accessories and stuff.
That's what I'm,
See? And you want to know something? Since it's VHF, you start off as a technician.
That's right.
You can use this on the local communications and repeaters. When you upgrade, you immediately have the capability. You don't need to buy another radio.
That's very good advice. It's very true. You will be able to grow into this radio. And it's very unlikely that you'll grow out of it either, because it's got a lot of capability. So as your interests evolve in the amateur radio space, this radio is going to be able to do a lot of things with you as you branch out and start looking at different things.
Do you have any pamphlets for this one?
I hope so. We have been very popular. It's been a very busy Orlando Hamcation. Ah, here we go. I spy them over here. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
There we are. There's that. Absolutely.
That's actually one of my favorite radios right now. When I'm out and about, I toss that in my car trunk. I drive up somewhere, bang, Yeah. So I just, I go on top of a hilltop, I throw a wire in a tree, and I get on the air,
How much is the system going for?
The radio itself is around $1,500, I believe. The backpack is sold separately at about, I'm not sure. That one I don't want to guess at. I would encourage you to reach out to any of our dealers. We're uniquely fortunate this year in Orlando that we have the 3 largest amateur radio retailers in the nation under one roof. We have Ham Radio Outlet just across the way here. We've got Gigaparts back down the hall, and then DX Engineering.
They always have coupons and specials and such.
Right, exactly, which is why I encourage everyone to check with them for the final pricing. I'm just here for show and tell, really.
Right, what he's telling you is the list price. The coupon, they have the coupons and specials that will knock it down a good bit. I mean, I paid a good bit less than that, $1,500 to be honest.
Okay,
so.
well, that is definitely good to know.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much. This was solid.
Thank you guys for stopping by.
All right, let's go and I want to show you Morse code. I might have to sign off in a little bit, but I'll show you Morse code. I want to stay within range of Wi-Fi.
I like your video.
I love my fans.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
All right.
I am N2RJ, and whoops, I think I'm still. Come on, there we go. Well, yeah.
I'm Dave, KA7RRA, and I drove here from the state of Washington.
You drove?
Yeah.
Man, you're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I stopped at Quartzsite and then drove from Quartzsite to here.
Oh, you drove an RV?
No.
Oh.
SUV.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been staying at hotels and having a great time, and I've got HF in my car. And
Do you own an oil company?
no.
That's the only way you can afford the gas.
Maybe in California. But yeah, I drove, and then I was doing HF communications. I got mobile HF. I was doing HF communications all the way across the United States.
Right. That's good. That's nice. Well, thank you. Love to see my fans.
All right.
Tell more people to like and subscribe. I want to hit 10,000.
Okay.
Enjoy.
All right. Let's go. I want to show you also so back at the ARRL booth, we actually have there's an outfit right there selling Morse code keys. Hi, Lori.
Hey, Leah, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right.
I was just showing her all the SmartLink and stuff like that.
Oh, that's great.
She's interested in getting licensed. Okay. So
Yep, yep.
You have a license or
No.
So you're gonna. Yeah.
It's all new today.
Okay.
Yes, I'm soaking it in with the best.
Good. Thank you. Yeah, you have a good Elmer there. So. Yeah, they call our mentors Elmers, which is a term I'm kind of indifferent toward, but you know.
Well, you got to pick another one then, Elmer.
I think Elmer with you squirry wabbits, you know. All right, let's see here.
I got a fuzzy bunny tag
You
for
say-
some of my art, so maybe I'll call you a fuzzy bunny.
Okay, you say you have you're into like making and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, these people they do like Arduino and Raspberry Pi, but they're doing like docks for them. Like they have like a modular system there
Oh, beautiful.
where they have like a board and you just put pegs on it. So it's
Great.
just something I thought I'd show you as well.
Yeah, no, I have one at home. I haven't.
Oh, you do?
Yep, I haven't opened it up though since I just moved over here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. The 1010 flyer.
I do like the 1010. Yes.
I'm not a
That's a
member of
great
1010,
number.
but you know you can add this to your collection. When you do get licensed, you know. Yeah, they're starting to wrap up.
Wait, hold. I'm gonna tell. Hey, Mister. Are you giving away these pins? Are they for sale?
No, they're for sale.
How much are they?
The individual pins are $3. The pack of pins is $5.
Okay.
So a pack of 5 pins for $5 means the pins are $1 a piece.
Okay. All right. Let me finish this up and then I'll come back.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we're back here. Hi. How you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, Doug Qualiana.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. We're walking. Okay. Well, I'm making
Not
one right
bad.
now.
How are you?
Hey, how's it going? The other mic?
Yes.
Okay. And I have my new friend here, Fern.
What's up? What's up? How's it going?
And then I have Mike, who is one of my loyal YouTube fans, and my arm's not long enough to get this thing.
Get all of us.
Yeah.
To squat down. You can squat down.
And I got
Hey, guys.
NY9G too.
New York 9 Gorilla.
Oh yeah, there we are.
Sweet. All right. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you in person finally.
Yeah, great. Great to see you.
And cat stickers with you, or you?
I might have somebody at a Blurrell booth.
What's up? How's it
But you
going?
know, M17
right now I
booth
am
in the other
local.
building
I
has a
just
ton.
moved here.
From where?
All right. I gave them a ton.
I'm a hitchhiker.
Yeah.
So it's been from New Jersey before this.
Oh yeah, that's where Cable X technology.
Got it.
New Jersey.
Nice. Where are you from?
Illinois now. I go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, ARL. A lot
Well,
of.
what's
They've
that?
been working me.
I would like to take you out to dinner.
I'm telling you.
Right. On live, we're going out for dinner with the cables.
Oh, look at you, Sammy. Yeah.
All right.
All right, great.
That's
All
all.
right, guys. See you.
See you.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you see, where are you? So they have the handheld radios here, the Baofangs, you know.
Ooh, right.
Like
These are
this
the
is,
ones.
yeah. They have them on, you know, like $35, you know. So that kind of stuff. It's a starter.
Right,
but if
right,
you really
right.
want to
Just
buy some good,
just
you
to
know.
dabble with it.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are you? All right. So let's see.
And you guys have some sage and jewelry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice stuff. Oh. We used in one of our Ham Fest events. There used to be a powwow, like on the same day in the same grounds.
What? That's epic.
That go there and you go here. So here's like the Morse code thing. Okay. So a lot of people use Morse code, and here like keys. They sell keys here, and hams love to. I'll start with a straight key, but maybe I'll just do with this here. There we go. Oh, you're a pizza. No, okay, that's too fast. That's QRQ. Nice to see you.
Beautiful.
All right. So the
I'm
Morse.
the one who tests people here.
Oh yeah. Oh, very nice. Are you N3ZN?
No, why?
Okay, no, but you sell the keys. Okay, nice. Wow. So she's going to get licensed, but eventually I think she probably want to learn the Morse code.
Yep.
No, she's she's from all over.
Yeah, from everywhere, but I guess I'm Colombian American is what I would say in blood and birth. Yep.
Habla español.
¿Hablo español de usted?
Yo estaba en Colombia también.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you as
¿En
well.
qué parte?
I speak a couple languages.
Oh, he's been to Colombia.
Colombia, yeah.
Where are you from?
Barranquilla and,
Oh, Barranquilla, that's where my family is from.
Oh, Barranquilla.
Near there. Yep. Yeah, we got the dance. Right, we got the good vibes.
yeah. I've been many places.
Nice.
Welcome to country.
Thank you.
You got no. I'm going to show her the straight key now.
Oh, you're gonna
Is this you? This is you?
It's not me,
Tony?
but it's like me.
Oh, okay.
This is my family. He's the owner.
Okay.
Tony. Tony's coming.
Alright, so let's go.
If you want to buy a key, just tell Tony you have Fred.
If we can give it to a friend.
A good break, and these are the best keys.
The bikes.
They look beautiful, yeah.
Oh, do they know? Close turn.
They could get expensive, some of them, but some of them they sell budget models too. So let's see here.
Okay, nice to meet you, Tony.
1997. Oh yeah, I learned. So I learned to get. Well, so it wasn't a requirement to get licensed, right? But it was.
Works for me, but not for you.
Yeah. It was like I had to. We had two choices. One of them was to learn the code, and you get one class of license, and one of them was codeless. I opted for the Morse code route. When I got licensed in the United States, I had to take 5 words a minute, which was really easy because I was doing CW on the air and such, Yeah.
I learned CW 71 years ago. So
Yeah.
I've been licensed 70 years now.
Right.
CW is my preferred method. I'm sure the CW, I'm an NCS and the CW packet mode.
Yeah.
I'm going to go CW, and I admire somebody that can do what you just did on that road.
It's what you got. I like contesting.
What were you saying?
What?
Were you saying something
About what?
in your Morse code?
Oh no. So all right, let me
Are
do this
you-
again,
I-
and I'll
I'll-
tell you. So
My
I'll say
brain
it
does
while
not
I'm doing it, okay?
understand.
Oh yeah, you don't understand.
At all.
So I say C, Q, C, Q, D, E, D. That's how we say from. And then I say my call sign, N, 2, R, right? And then J. And then at the end, when you give a general call, you send K. You see?
That's
Okay.
badass. Okay.
On paddles.
Okay.
Instead of doing,
You could squeeze. Yeah.
same character, but
It's
Oh,
yeah, it's the iambic. It's
Right,
it's just my habit,
that's a beautiful way to just show the difference between language.
Right. See, that's the problem I have. Yeah.
but if you started using the squeeze feature, slow speed, in a week you'd be using it and you'd love it.
If I raise the tempo. Okay. And eventually you'll get it like that, right? Okay, good. See, I'm a quick study.
It's okay.
You can send through your radio with this.
In Century Radio.
Modern radios have it already,
Yeah.
but this is great to practice with. If your radio has it in it, you can put it in the right setting. It don't transmit, but you can still hear this.
My radio
Okay.
has a built-in key that's not
Yeah, my icon.
Right.
Yeah.
7000 Bugatti and so is my 746 Ford.
your back and make sure you still have a logo on the radio.
I gotta head out.
Okay. Well, listen, it was very nice to talk to you. And listen, you have my card.
Yes.
Okay. So definitely when you get your license, send me an email.
Yes.
Or, you know, all my contact info is there, definitely. And I wish you the best in your travels,
Thank you.
okay?
It's been such a super pleasure.
All right. Microphone.
Yes. Most definitely.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Likewise.
All right.
Until what time are you going to be around here?
I'm going to be here till 2.
Okay.
My flight's out of Orlando at 7:25. It's a direct flight, thank God.
Okay.
See you around.
Happy to meet you.
So we have another person on there who's like a traveler. Her name is
What's up,
Anime.
traveler crew?
Yeah, she's like, well, she's the kind of thing, but you guys will hook up, okay?
Yeah.
Take
I
care.
like
Good. All right, I always like to Elmer people wherever I go, right? And then, it's kind of thing. But I'm going to shut down for now, kind of pack up here, and I'll see you around. 73.